can ask a question
Yes.
or post a comment. We don't have any phones today.
We're live.
We are live.
We're live from 10 Music Circle East. This is our cannabis forum, and we thank you for being here with our live studio audience. Hello, audience! Yeah. Now, we want to go to the candidates who are running for Metro Council at large. We have Berkeley Allen, Fabian Benet, Ruben Daiquiri, Steve Glover, Sharon Hurt, Howard Jones, Dakota Lane, Bob Mendez, and Gary Moore. These are the candidates whose name will be appearing on the ballot in that order. First, Ms. Berkeley Allen, who is running for council at large. Welcome to Let's Talk. How are you?
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. I'm Berkeley Allen. I'm running for Metro Council at large. I currently serve as District 18 council member in the Vanderbilt-Belmont area. I've had the pleasure of serving there for 8 years and have worked with some fantastic neighborhood groups and neighbors to work on successful schools, safe, walkable, bikeable communities, and smart growth that protects the neighbors and the local businesses. And as I've gone around the county listening to people about what's important to them, it's become apparent that the biggest things we need to be focusing now are on housing affordability, economic equity, and spreading the opportunity all around the city and working on our infrastructure. Those are issues that I've worked on as a council member and that I will continue to put all of my energies into as a council member at large. Thank you.
Thank you. Berkeley Allen. Fabian Benet. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Who's also a candidate for Metro Council at large.
You can say any way you want if you vote the right way.
Yes.
Thank you for coming today. Thank you for inviting me. This is a great forum. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So what you get with me, somebody's going to fight. I have done it for 8 years. When downtown wanted to build a flood protection, I said, unless you do it all over the city, you don't do it downtown. And so we were able to stop it downtown and it got built citywide. Sidewalks, we had a council member that wanted to exempt some buildings from having sidewalks. My point is, no, we need to build sidewalks citywide. We need an Antioch. We have people in Antioch walking on Nolensville Road, on the shoulder, risking their lives to get to work or to the house or to bring groceries. That's unacceptable. We need transit. We need housing. I'm the one that brought in legislation to start moving the conversation about affordable housing. I was the chair of the ad hoc affordable housing committee. For me, affordable housing is more than building homes all the way in Antioch. It's about preserving communities. We want to make sure that people that want to stay in North Nashville and East Nashville, any part of the city where they want to stay, they can stay. If their house needs help, we should help them if they cannot afford it. If they are getting older and they need a ramp, we should help them build a ramp so they can stay on their house. They have been paying taxes all their lives. They live close to their families and their friends that will help them be successful. We should discourage any effort to displace people from the city. If people help us build this city for 20, 30, 40 years, now they should be able to enjoy the benefits of it. So that's what I want to do. With me, you get a fighter.
Thank you. That's your time.
Candidate for Metro Council at large. Next is Mr. Ruben Daiquiri, who is also a candidate.
Greetings, everyone. Raise your hand if you're in the house.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Ruben Daiquiri is my name. You may remember me from last year on the ballot for Senate District 19. Then I talked about some problems we were having in Nashville. I said I was running because we had problems. Guess what? We're in 2019, we still got problems. And that's why I'm running. 3 things I want you to look for out of Ruben Daiquiri over the next 4 years. Addressing education by empowering parents and neighborhoods and communities. On my website, constituentadvocacy.com, you can see the whole thing. The other thing is focusing on economic development. I have a plan to bring 260 jobs here using federal and state opportunities in Metro. I need your help to do it. Then we want to look at proactive public safety. That's where we begin to police ourselves and let our police officers know they don't have to patrol so heavy in our neighborhoods. I wish y'all would come walk with me now. All right, constituentadvocacy.com.
All right.
Thank you so much.
That is your
Thank you,
time.
Mr. Ruben Daiquiri. Mr. Steve Glover. Mr. Steve Glover, is he here?
No, he's not here.
He's not here. All right, we did forget that on for it. We have Councilor at Large Sharon Hurt. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sharon Hurt, Council at Large, and I'm asking for your vote again on August 1st. I want to finish what I started. I have worked in the community for over 20 years. You know, I speak truth to power. and I believe in the people, and I will speak up for the people as I did with Dr. Sean Joseph. The Community Oversight Board, minority contracting with the Equal Business Opportunity Ordinance, and Nashville General Hospital. Give me that opportunity to continue to be the voice that needs to be heard. Sharon Hurt, August 1st. Thank you.
And County Council at Large, Sharon Hurt. Thank you so much. And now, next is Reverend Howard Jones, candidate for Council at Large.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good to be here. Howard Jones. I won't be preaching today, but I want to share something real simple.
We may need a word.
Maybe you know what? I've got a word for you without a doubt. Please don't take those few seconds from me, but Howard Jones, I'm a candidate for Shirley Council at Large. I've been working in the community. Surely I've not tooted my horn, but I've been working in the community. I've been an educator for nearly 30 years in this district. I support schools, support teachers. We need to fully fund them. But I'm probably the only candidate that you'll see that says I'm not for property tax increase, because I don't think we have indeed properly handled the money that this city has generated. I say it because I love our people. I know people look at me like I'm crazy, but when I look at people that I know property taxes are going to increase their rent, it's going to increase the cost of food, it's going to increase your mortgage. I love what we do in this city, but I don't like our folk being run out of this city. We need to indeed protect everybody in this city. My name is Howard Jones. I'm running for Council at Large. We must do this thing together, and we've got to do it with some responsibility for all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. You're listening to an extended version of Let's Talk Live here on WQQK, Hendersonville, Nashville. And we're running a little extra because this is our candidate's forum. Next is a candidate for Metro Council at Large is Mr. Cola Lane. Welcome to Let's Talk.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me again. I was here. Ernie has learned how to say my name.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I was here a lot last year because we were working to push the Community Oversight Board when we didn't have city leadership that would get behind us and pass it themselves. During that process, I just got frustrated with city's leadership, and I decided to put my name in the hat. My name is Jacola Lane, again running for Metro Council at Large. Grew up in East Nashville, graduated from Stratford High School. When I entered Stratford in 2003, we were on the state spelling exclusives. But I didn't let that stop me. I pushed through. I became a first-generation college student, came back to Nashville and got straight to work. I've been a banker, I've been a nonprofit leader, and now I'm a full-time community organizer, organizing with our community because we need it. If we don't see what we need happening downtown. So I want to bring to the table those skills, being able to bring community together and push collaborative, credible, innovative legislation that will help us really move this city forward in a way for the people and not just for the developers downtown. I ask for your vote. Early voting is going on now. It is July 27th. I will make history if I am elected as being the youngest person to ever be Council at Large. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cola. Now, Council at Large incumbent Bob Mendez. Welcome to Let's Talk, sir.
Thanks, Ernie. Appreciate being back. So I'm Bob Mendez. I'm currently an at-large council member, and I'm running for re-election. The gentleman earlier asked about keeping promises, and I'd like to tell you that I have kept promises I made when I campaigned 4 years ago. I talked about trying to make financial incentives more fair for the whole city and about equity issues. On the issue, on both issues, you can talk to anybody who's in the council right now, and they'll tell you that I've led the way on trying to reform the way tax increment financing works to make it so we spend money more fairly across the city and have actual agreed upon goals instead of just people sitting in the mayor's office deciding where to spend money. On equity issues, Sharon Hurt, Erica Gilmore will tell you that I was right there with them in fighting to keep Nashville General Hospital open and fully funded. On equity issues, the week that the Driving While Black report came out, I sat down that weekend and wrote the resolution to ask the police department to respond to it. It took a lot of us 5 months of fighting just to get a response about what the police department felt about it. I came out in favor of the community oversight referendum the day it made the ballot. And so, bottom line, I think I've kept my promises. I'd like 4 more years to work on the same issues. It's Bob Mendez. I appreciate one of your 5 votes for Council at Large on August 1st. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have 2 more candidates for Council at Large before we get to the district races. I see Ms. Jennifer Gamble is here, and Attorney Ed Kendall as well. Who's the next one?
We want to get to, we see you here, Mr. Moore, but before you come up, if you could pass the mic to Ms. Zolfat, is it Sora?
And then Mr. Gary Moore.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello everyone, thanks for having us here. My name is Zolfat, my friends call me Z, Suara. I'm a CPA by trade. I'm the assistant controller right now at Meharry Medical College. And when I had my practice, I had 4 county government and 2 city governments as my clients. So I bring with me the experience as an accountant to the budget discussion. When you're sick, you don't go to a plumber, you go to a doctor. When you're talking numbers and budget, you need a CPA. That's what I bring to the table. But more than anything, your budget also has to reflect the issues that are important to the community. One of those issues is education. My kids go to a school with limited computers with no textbooks. That school is located in the same zip code with the high incarceration rate, which means those kids don't have computers at home. And we have a District 3, that don't have a library. So no computer in school, no computer at home, no computer in the community. What do we do with our kids? Our conversation has to start with education. So bringing the issues that is important to the community is what I bring to the table. I've been an activist for 25 years. I've served on so many boards. I'm a commissioner with Metro Action Commission. Bringing those issues to the table, coupled with my experience as an accountant, working with county government, is what I bring here. So I ask for your vote. I'm Zolfat Z. Remember Z as in Doro. And I hope you vote for me. Thank you all.
Next is Mr. Gary Moore, candidate for Metro Council at Large.
Thank you. I'm running because I want to continue my service to the community. I'm a lifelong resident of Davidson County. I've served 32 years in the Nashville Fire Department as a firefighter EMT. Public safety goes beyond just police officers. It goes to the sheriff's department, the dispatchers, the firefighters, the EMT. They're all out there protecting you, and they need to be properly funded, and so does your teachers. I'm an activist on behalf of working men and women. I have fought for a minimum wage. I've fought for a $15 livable wage. And I have fought to help people in their staying in their homes. I've created a 501c3 called Property Tax Assistance Inc., which pays the property taxes to senior citizens once they cannot afford to pay their property taxes. They go to Metro Action Commission, they qualify. Once they qualify, we found out that they still could not afford to pay that difference. We picked that up and pay it for them. So we have successfully managed to keep some of you senior citizens in their homes. Once again, Gary Moore, and I appreciate you voting for me on the floor. Council at Large. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's go to the district races. We'll begin with Ms. Jennifer Campbell. And welcome to Let's Talk.
Thank you, Ernie, and thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here. I'm Jennifer Gamble, and I'm running for Metro Council in District 3. I've lived in Nashville in District 3 for over 30 years. I've been involved in community service and public service in Nashville for more than 20 years. I want to work to improve the quality of life in District 3 and throughout Nashville, keeping our neighborhoods clean, safe, and affordable, improving infrastructure, the environment, and transportation, supporting smart, equitable growth in our communities, and preserving the character in our communities, advancing education, and ensuring opportunity and prosperity for all. I've been a Neighborhood Association president. I currently serve as Metro Beautification Commissioner for District 3. I have the experience, the leadership, and the vision to get the job done. I ask for your vote support on August 1st. Jennifer Gamble for Metro Council, District 3. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next we have Mr. Attorney Ed Kendall, who's a candidate for his district.
Thank you very much, Ernie. I feel right at home. I think I've been coming here about 30 years
Yes, sir.
on the Let's Talk show. I'm running for council, re-election for the council District 21. You know, I don't like to say that I'm a part of District 1. I like to say District 1 is a part of me. I've lived there, I grew up there, I was educated in the 21st District, and I still live there 74 years later. You know, you heard a lot about one of my biggest platforms is education. I believe education, if we get our kids educated, we don't have to talk about as much crime as we're talking about. We don't have to talk about gentrification, because they can get good jobs and they can buy houses. We don't have to be defensive on all of these. I think some of the mayoral candidates say that the 21st District and other districts have been ignored for many generations, and they have. But we are not going to ignore them any further. When people, what we want to invite people and welcome people into the district, but we want to protect the people who are already there. Thank you. Vote Ed Kendall.
Thank you, Attorney Ed Kendall. I see DeCosta Hastings, who is also a candidate running in his district. If you are a candidate, just please stand up because I cannot see you. All right. We'll get into you as well. All right, Mr. DeCosta Hastings.
All right, good evening to all of you and all of you who are listening. I am DeCosta Hastings, and I'm running for re-election for District 2. During my term, first term on Metro Council, there's been a lot of things that have been done. Number one, we stopped, actually with the rest of the council people, we actually stopped landfills from being in our community. And where Metro Center is right now, there used to be a landfill. We have fought for continuous growth within the area, smart growth within our area. We are going to be smart. I did not vote for the tax increase this time, but I have constituents and people that are here to say thank you, Councilman, because we did not forget about the little people. We will not forget about the little people, the people that elected me into office. I asked everyone to remember DeCosta Hastings for this upcoming election in District 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And thank you for being here on Let's Talk.
All right, Yolonda.
Yolonda Hackett.
Yeah. And other candidates, please just come forward at this time so that
Right.
once she's done, we'll.
And you can line up at the back microphone if you're a candidate running in a district seat. Thank you. Ms. Hackett.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Yolo B. and Ernie Allen for the invitation.
Yes.
I am Yolonda Hackett, and I am running for Metro Council in District 2. I am a graduate of Hunters Lane High School, Tennessee State University, and Cumberland University. And I have one son that's 19 years old that has his own clothing line called SJ World. And I've lived in North Nashville for 40 plus years. I am running for Metro Council in District 2 because District 2 right now is in need of a council person that has integrity, that's going to be accessible to the people, and that's going to be transparent, and that will be accountable to the people and not just the developers. My platform is going to be infrastructure improvements, strong schools, and safe neighborhoods. We have several neighborhoods in our district that still do not have sidewalks. We have 6 schools in our districts that are in danger of closing down or being consolidated with another school due to
Thank you, Ms. Hackett, your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're good. Go right here, Ms.
Right here.
Thank you so much. I'll be very brief. My name is Councilwoman Delicia Porterfield. I'm the newest elected council member. I won the race in February. I won the runoff in March. I've been serving for about 3.5 months. I hit the ground running and I have not stopped. I have fought for strong schools, safer neighborhoods, and improved infrastructure. I'm asking that you re-elect me to give me the opportunity to serve a full 4-year term. And I would also like to say, I forgot to say earlier, Councilman Bobby Bettany has been a part of the Southeast Caucus fighting for us at Antioch as well. So thank you.
Thank you. And next.
We'll just come up here. Good afternoon. My name is Cheryl Mays. I am a candidate for Metro Council District 32, serving the Antioch and Cane Ridge areas of Nashville. I am running for this seat because I absolutely love my community. I am a native of Nashville. I've lived in the Southeast Nashville area for 30 years. I'm a former member of the school board, also served 2 years as the chair of the school board. And my claim to fame while serving on the school board was that I stood up against the education, the State Department of Education, when they were trying to push a charter school on us that we did not need. Cost us $3 million, but our kids deserve better. I am running because I want to make sure that my area, which is now under development, it receives the best responsible development that we could possibly have. We have infrastructure issues. Council Lady Porterfield already talked about our lack of police precincts out there. We need to make sure that we keep someone responsible in that seat that will not only be for the folks
Thank
right
you.
now.
That is your time.
We want everyone to get in. Yes. Go right ahead, sir. Tell us who you are.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles Flores. I'm running for Metro Council District 5. For a long time, District 5 has lacked adequate representation. As a community leader, advocate, and educator, this has frustrated me as well as residents in the district. My platform is simple: empowering our community, making sure that they're included in the decision-making process regarding development and any issues in District 5, creating equity, making sure we're by creating access and opportunity for people to be able to live in District 5, and also making sure that we restore trust and transparency in the district. That is why I'm running. I've been a long-term resident in District 5 for the last 13 years. I've served as the McFerrin Park Neighborhood Association President and Vice President, and I feel I have the leadership skills to move District 5 forward. I'm asking for you all to vote Charles Flowers, District 5, August the 1st. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, the next candidate, and the mic is on.
Hello, my name is Melissa Covington. I'm going to read my vision statement to you.
In 1 minute.
Here's my vision. While preserving our past citizens, families, business, teachers, and leaders unite to building a community in which we can all live, work, and play. In addition to creating a community of transparency, equity, and inclusion, providing essential services that enhances the quality of life and sense of community for all citizens. Through transparency, holding District 21 meetings to foster kind, open, and responsive interactions, generating positive citizen involvement, and innovative solutions to the city's issues. To encourage leaders, organizations, businessmen, residents, first responders, and employees to hold each other accountable to meet the needs of the community. I will seek to work with partners to accomplish the following outcomes. A variety of housing options for all ages and stages of life exists in coalition.
Thank you so much. That is your time.
Thank you. The next candidate, and welcome to Let's Talk. Your name and what district?
I'm Denise Bentley. I'm running for the seat in District 21, and I'm so glad to be here as a longtime listener and fan of
Thank you.
Let's Talk.
Thank you.
You know, there's a difference between access and opportunity. Generally, genuine access is what I offer. Access to me as your representative. Access for children, for our youth, to genuine opportunities to live to their full potential and have their full potential realized through education and through programs, through work. Real, genuine access to equity with regard to our neighbors, with regard to jobs and opportunities to advance their careers, to have home ownership as well. Access to all of the abundance that's come to Nashville with regard to being the it city. We need to be on the rise in 21 as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your vote.
And the next candidate, tell us who you are and what district, sir.
Sure, thank you. David McMurray, and I'm running for Metro Council District 9 in Madison, Tennessee. I'll keep this very simple. Son of a Baptist minister, so I can't go long. With our Madison in District 9, I speak from a place of neighborhoods. Neighborhoods are something that touch all of us. I come from a spirit of volunteerism where I've worked with our local Madison Chamber of Commerce as the first African-American president. I've worked with our Rotary Club and our Kiwanis Club in the community. I organize our monthly community meetings to open up transparency and conversation for our community. I believe in volunteerism because we, as residents, and as many of you believe, we can affect our communities by working together. And once you create that space, you empower something beautiful that can change the future. So, in short, I say, I ask for your vote. I ask for your support. Those friends that you know in our Metro District 9, have them connect with me. I'd love to have conversations with them.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. McMurray. That is your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you are
But
the
we
next
are not
one.
out of time.
No.
Right. Now, you have heard from the candidates, and several candidates are still here. So if you have a question or a comment, and if you ever listen to Turn Up Sunday, then of course you know we turn up.
Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? Thank you, Yolonda. Come to the microphone. You can ask any candidate who is still here any questions, or you have any comments, please go right ahead. Any candidate can
The
respond.
mayoral candidates.
The mayoral candidates, the council at large,
Vice mayor.
vice mayor,
District candidates.
doesn't matter. First up,
Ask your question.
go right ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Yolo and EA, for what you guys do, 92.1 and Cumulus. You're so informative to this community and outside counties as well. Also, my name is Joelle Bowers. I'm a native Tennessean, born in Gallatin, raised, and went to public school in Davidson County. Antioch grad, Fish University, University of Tennessee, educator, entrepreneurship, and all that is.
What's your
my question? I just wanted to say that to get that out here because I'm across Tennessee. I have one question, but I have a comment first. this is the first time you guys have run or an election that is on such a professional equity calendar platform. And I would like to say continue that. I don't know if you guys hear what I hear, but we're all on the same thing. Continue to work whether you win or you don't. Come together. I believe even the people in this room can just do so much. I have one question for one candidate, and that is Carol Swan that is running. Swain that is running. As the issues that are going on with race and what has happened now with our presidency and different things here, we deal with race issues here. I would like to know, have you addressed any of those with your party? And where do you stand when it comes to the African American community here, women's rights, and just basically to you there?
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, the issues that affect Nashville are not red or blue, they're black and white. They're about integrity, they're about transparency, they're about accountability and efficiency. For the last many decades, you've elected the same kinds of politicians, you've got the same kinds of results. So I'm not going to stand here today and talk about national issues when we have so many pressing local issues. So my attention is going to be focused on Nashville and the local issues.
Thank you. Dr. Carol Swain, candidate for the office of mayor. Next, go right ahead, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Gabriel Hutchinson. I'm a sophomore at Fisk University. And young people, if we come together, we have the power to dominate the polls. And one thing that I know is that I can only do so much with, the activism that I do and the word of mouth kind of thing that I do as far as telling people about things that go on in politics in my generation. And this is it's towards the mayoral candidates, but also for anybody who feels as passionate about the issue as I do. What is your strategy in trying to get the young people on board with your campaign? And because, it's true, I think that what happens is people that are in my generation, they don't know because they don't really think that it's important, but we represent so many numbers. So if we come together and we go to the polls, which is what I'm advocating for, there's so much that can be done.
All right, and first, Mr. John Sewell, who's a candidate for mayor. Then Mr. Dockery raised his hand.
At least for me, what I would love to...
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I would love to see, and this is something that I'm pushing, we kind of forgot about this, it was a push when I was younger, extend municipal voting rights to 16 and 17-year-olds. I'd love to see people talk about that, because there's ways to do it. I would love to see us democratize some of our decision-making processes, eventually finally get ranked choice voting. For me, I would love to also see negative voting, because last year it was a lot of votes for David were really against Carol, and there's ways that we can inform how we make decisions on different voting schemes. I would also love to see none of the above options, but I won't get into that tonight. But I think extending municipal voting rights to 16 and 17-year-olds would be a great way to start, because there's so many people already involved. I think a lot of people in some of the parties think that the rest of us got rusty, but I think we're just getting galvanized.
Thank you, Mr. Sewell, for your answer.
First of all, class of 91, proud of you being Fisk University. Here's the thing, young people...
Remind us who you are.
I'm Reuben Dockery, Dickory Dockery.
Right. Listening.
Young people are waiting.
We're audio, we're radio.
Because old folk have dropped the ball. And it's about voter organization, education, registration, and activation. I want to lead you in that. Constituentadvocacies.com. I have a podcast this Friday night. You tell everybody at Fisk and TSU to come talk to me. And I'll tell y'all how to make a difference in the city.
Thank you, Mr. Dockery. The next question from the young lady in the back. And then the candidate who's running. Dakota Lang.
Ask your question.
Ask your question.
Oh, I'm Christy Hutchinson, and I'm a 28-year veteran of Metro Schools. I've taught, I've been a school counselor, I've been passionate toward helping students. And what I see that doesn't appear fair to me in this current pay increase of 3%, you have to read the fine print.
And someone like myself who's been in past 25 years no longer gets an increase. I'm a Davidson County property homeowner, and so if I'm not getting a raise, because that's not being stated on the news, it's only saying that all Metro employees are getting a 3% raise in the fall and in the spring, but that's not accurate according to what I've read, so it's being misrepresented. How are we going to continue to keep up? And I'm a single parent. I'm very fortunate that I've been able to purchase a home before it went off the rails as it has. But if I'm not getting any pay increases, you have to wonder, are we being forced out? And unless you go into, and I believe Carol Swain mentioned this in one of the mayoral debates, unless you move into administration, which I'm also with the option to do, but I love working with the children, how will I continue to fund my household without getting a raise?
And I see that State Representative John Ray Clemens has the mic, and then Dr. Carol Swain.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and that's a great question. And unfortunately, we have failed to show any respect for our teachers over the past few years and make the tough decisions necessary to give teachers their pay raises that are overdue and provide the step increases. I'm proud to be endorsed by the MNEA and the teachers across Nashville. I just went and marched with over 200 of them to the early voting poll last week. My children attend Nashville Public School, and I'm proud to send my children to public school every single day. And I walk up and look their teachers in the eye as I drop them off at school every morning, and I want them to know that I'm doing everything I can in my power to provide them the resources they need to do their job and provide them a better quality of life. Now, what we have seen the last 2 years under this current mayor is 2 years depriving teachers of a better quality of life. You continue to see a reliance on non-recurring revenues to fill in one-time budgetary gaps. Then they go and find this miracle money this year to provide a pay increase that is only for a half a year and may not be there next year.
All right, Mr. Clemens.
This is why we need leadership in the mayor's office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Carol Swain.
First, I'm proud to say that I have no union endorsements. All the unions have endorsed other candidates, and they do it year after year, and they fail you. Had I been mayor, everyone would have gotten a minimum of a 6% raise, and I would make it a priority to try to give regular cost of living raises. I know that there are teachers going to other counties in Tennessee and earning more money. And it's not just the teachers, it's the cafeteria workers, it's the teachers' aides, it's the bus drivers. All of that is being neglected. And so I think that you need new leadership. The definition of insanity is electing the same old people again and again. They tell you the same lies. You see them during election time, and after that, nothing happens. I'm asking for you all to be bold, take a chance, and vote for me because I am the real deal. I'll do what I say, and I won't promise things that I can't do.
Thank you, Dr. Carol Swain. Final comment from the lady in the back.
Or question.
My name is Michelle Hardy. I would say thank you for your 28 years. I've been working for Metro Schools for 25 years. I'm a parapro. When everybody say teacher, they forget about support. I'm support. The teachers can't do anything without it. I mean, I've been big strikes just like everybody else. But my thing is, I appreciate people like the Costas that did not vote for tax increase. I'm thinking about the older people. I don't want anybody to be put out the house because of me. I've been working 2 jobs for years. I can continue doing this just to make sure somebody stay in their house that can't get another job. I'm okay with that, but to a certain extent. But I shouldn't have to be working 20-some years and then working 2 jobs. No, now I'm not even making $19 an hour. Just put that out there. But I want to say that, and I want to talk about sidewalks down Brick Church and other places like that. I'm concerned about that. I see children walking up and down the street, going to school, sitting in the gully, waiting on the bus. I don't like that. Right. Okay, and not only that, affordable housing. What is exactly affordable housing? I know a lot of people have money set up for affordable housing. They can't afford the affordable housing. I know young people and as well as older people cannot afford the affordable housing. Somebody explain to me what exactly is affordable housing. And thank you, Mr.
Moore.
Mr. Moore, for what you've done. Another thing, I'm sorry, with the $15 raise, that means somebody, I'm not even making $19 an hour, but somebody making $15, they almost up there with me.
Let's get a feedback from Mr. Moore.
Yeah, real quick, I would like to say this. I would say this to all the mayoral candidates and the council at large candidate and the vice mayor. Any of you that get elected, you need to look at all Metro employees, and there's a thing called the Study and Formulating Committee. You need to authorize expenditures for this Study and Formulating Committee so they can look at each position in Metro and make sure that it's funded properly. And I can almost guarantee you're going to find that we are way behind every other city that's comparable in our size. That study will show you what you need to do. It will show you how much your salary needs to be brought up. It will show you how much the teacher's salary needs to be brought up. It will show you how much police and fire, EMS, dispatch, every Metro employee, it will show you what they need to be brought up to. One other thing I'd like to point out too, that I would ask each of you to do, quit privatizing Metro services. Look what it did to the school system with the cafeteria workers and the janitorial.
Thank you. And we are out of time, and give yourselves a big hand. Now, early voting is until the 27th.
Yes, and we have a
The
new
election
ballot
day is
box.
August 1st. And we have a new ballot box?
We do have a new ballot box. You should get a
Right.
printout. If you vote, you should get a printout of your candidates that you voted for.
Thanks to our candidates running for mayor, David Briley, John Ray Clemens, John Cooper, John Sewell, Dr. Carol Swain. Thank you, Mr. Robert Sawyer Sr., Mr. Jim Schulman, who are running for the office of vice mayor. Thank you, Fabian Benet, Ruben Dockery, Sharon Hurd, Howard Jones, Tacola Lane, Bob Mendez, and Kerry Moore, and thanks to the district seats as well. And thank you, and Ms. T. Zuara. Okay, thank you. And thank you, Ms. Julia Johnson, who's also a candidate for the office of mayor. Go to the polls and vote for the candidate of your choice. Thank you so much for listening to Let's Talk Live. Thanks to the crew. And of course, thanks to you, Bill.
Thank you, EA.
All right. Coming up next Sunday, we'll be talking sports with Tennessee State University head football coach Rodney.
Go Big Blue.
Football time in Tennessee. As always, remember to respect your father and your mother, love your brother, and teach your sister how to be loved.
Yes, that's right. Sissy Brown up next.
Until next Sunday, it's been our pleasure.